We all know the feeling when a goal seems so big that it paralyzes us. Our brain tricks us into thinking that the task is impossible. So we procrastinate, we avoid, and we get stuck in the loop of, nah, I'll do it tomorrow. But what if I told you that you can flip the switch and trick your brain into making progress feel rewarding, manageable, and maybe even exciting? I'm a big fan of using different tools for different purposes, like ClickUp and Notion. That's why today I'm introducing you to a free productivity tool called xTiles, which is also the sponsor of today's video. It is a super easy to use alternative to Notion with a shorter learning curve, and it is especially designed for people who value simplicity and flexibility. I will show you how you can use it for my secret goal setting method that has helped me to reach goals such as saving for an emergency fund worth of 12 months of living expenses, paying off my debt, or building a workout routine that lasts. By the end of this video, you will be equipped to reach every goal you set, no matter how big. Before we dive into setting up everything, let's speak about the root cause why so many people procrastinate and why we have such a hard time to reach our goals. It's all about how our brains are wired. Our brains constantly crave instant gratification. They want to avoid discomfort and hard work in favor of what feels good right now at this very moment. That's why when we think about big scary goals like losing 20 pounds, moving to a different country, or starting a new business, our brain signals danger. It says, this is too hard, we don't want to do this. So what happens? We put it off. We scroll through social media, we binge watch Netflix, and we do anything other than the important thing we need to do to actually reach our goal. But here's the twist. Your brain can be tricked. Now, how do we get there? And what was the secret method I was referring to earlier? I'm pretty sure you've all heard about the SMART goals: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. This method is definitely helpful for some goals, but I found that SMART goals actually miss something super important: how we go about achieving them. My personal secret method is an extended version of the SMART goals method, which I call the Smarties method. So I added the I, the E, and the S. I stands for identify tasks, E stands for enjoyable, and S stands for system-based. They will help you with actually doing the work. So you want to break down the goal into smaller, actionable items. With each small win, you feel a sense of accomplishment. You also want to make it enjoyable, so reward yourself, make the process fun so you stay consistent. And you want to make it system-based. Set systems, scheduling tasks based on the smaller breakdowns. xTiles is perfect for quickly getting started on setting up visual systems that are flexible, easy to use, and with little effort involved. And if you're like me, it's all about that simplicity to finally get started and help you to be consistent. Now let's walk through how you can implement the Smarties method. We are gonna start from scratch here. And first of all, before we get started, we want to give it a name. In my case, I will call it Goal Planner. And this part here will change accordingly. However, you can also rename this one. So here we want to call it Goal. You can also make use of the vast amount of templates here, which can give you a quick head start on other projects as well. For example, your daily schedule, or maybe you want to create a mood board, which you can find here as well. So no matter what you're planning on doing or projects you have, you will find a lot of templates here as well that you can make use of. What's also pretty cool is that you can change the cover picture here as well, so you can really customize it to your liking. I personally really love the theme. Always gives me a nice feeling. So yeah, you can change the picture to make it really your own. And here comes the fun part. Now we get started on creating tiles. So you can create multiple tiles, as many as you want to, and you can customize these tiles. So first of all, we're gonna call it the Smarties method, which we want to start with now. And you can change, for example, the size of the title or the style of the tile, no matter how you want to make it look like. You can also change the color of the tiles. And I personally like the beige the most, so I'm gonna keep it like that. If you remember the Smarties method, I'm gonna paste it real quick. So we have specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-bound, identified tasks, enjoyable, and system-based. But before we go deeper, we want to map out the goals. So we're gonna create a second tile, let personal goal. And of course, we also want to change the style again, beige, or let's also change the layout. Yeah. Now you want to go ahead and map out all of the goals you would like to achieve. For example, this could be learning Spanish, travel to like Como, save for an emergency fund, build a workout routine. So whatever comes to mind. Now, once you have done this, the last part of this step would be to create another tile. And this one, we are going to call priority for the next 12 months. This part is crucial because you want to make sure to narrow it down to not more than 3 goals, depending on each individual timeline of the goals. I personally found that spreading myself too thin just won't get me anywhere, so I always make sure to not have more than 3 big goals I focus on within 12 months. So let's say we narrow it down to learning Spanish and build a workout routine. Now we want to create separate tiles for each part of the Smarties method. So for this one, we want to create a new page. So you just go here, click on blank creative page, and you can also give it a new title again. The first one we gonna call build a workout routine. So now we're gonna create separate tiles for each individual point of the Smarties method. So we're gonna start with the first one that we're gonna call specific. So we want to make the goal very, very specific. Again, we want to change the layout, color, and then make the goal as specific as possible. Let's say you want to start lifting weights, for example. To make things a little bit less time consuming and you see me typing everything, I'm going to pull up the page that I have already created. So we're going to start with specific. I want to start with weight training. Now you want to go ahead and make it measurable. Make your goal as measurable as possible, because then it will be also easier for you to actually track the progress. So for example, that could be lifting 10 kilograms during a leg day and lower body workout, and lift 6 kilograms during your upper body training. The next one would be achievable. So what makes your goal achievable? Set aside time for 3 sessions per week, for example. Now you want to make it as relevant as possible. For example, I want to build muscle to maintain a healthy body and use it to relieve stress. And you want to make it time-bound as well. I reach this goal in 6 months from now, as you can see here. With the next step, we want to identify the tasks. So here you want to think about what is it actually that you need to do as an action point to reach your goal. That could be in the case of the training, for example, 1 full body workout, 1 upper body workout, and 1 lower body workout. By breaking it down like this, you're not just seeing a big goal as we have created here, for example, learn Spanish or build a workout routine. But you're seeing small actionable steps that make it easier for your brain to engage. Assign also an estimated time frame for each action step. For example, you want to say 1 full body workout, 30 minutes. And here again, also 30 minutes and 30 minutes. This is also important for the last step. But before we go into the last step, we want to make the tasks as enjoyable as possible. So that could be, for example, for your workouts, prepare a delicious workout drink to consume while doing the workout, watch a YouTube video after the workout, or after the first 3 months, buy a nice sports outfit. And by the way, these were all things that I have done and that have worked very, very well for me. So yeah, but it's completely up to you how you can make the tasks as enjoyable as possible, because that will feel very, very rewarding to you, which signals to your brain, hey, I really love doing these tasks, so you're more likely to do it after all. Finally, to make your progress sustainable, you need a system. A system will help you to stay consistent and avoid any friction that can derail you from reaching your goal. We also want to create a recurring system where you can track your progress weekly and reflect on your learnings quarterly. It's simple, but it holds you accountable and gives you a clear picture of where you're going. So with the system, what you want to do is you want to take a look at the month. So we established that we want to do 3 workouts per week, each 30 minutes. So what I usually would do is I would just take all of these, because you can also just copy them and then paste them in here as well. It'll take a few seconds. And now you have these bullet points, which you can easily turn into multiple other things. For example, a task or a quote, a heading, or a numbered list, a bullet list, which we have right now. But we want to turn it into a task, because this will give you a really, really nice actionable plan that you can tick off from the list. And the best part is you can also assign these tasks a date and also a time when you want to do it. And that's what I would highly recommend as well, doing this every month for your workouts and assign these specific tasks to a date and time. So let's say the first body workout or full body workout you want to do on the Wednesday, on the 23rd, and you also want to add a time. So for example, you want to do it after work, you finish work at 6 maybe. So let's say you want to start at 6:30 with your workout. And you can go ahead and do this with every single task that you want to do. So let's say you also want to plan in your upper body workout. This one we want to do on the Friday. Friday we finish work maybe a little bit earlier. So we're going to do the workout already at 5. And then the lower body workout for that week we're going to do on the Sunday. And as we're off on Sundays, we maybe want to do it a little bit earlier at 3 p.m. Now, in order to keep track of these tasks, you have your task list up here. So you find a consolidated view of all these tasks under tasks. And the cool thing is, even from here, you can check them off once you have done them and completed them. And it's very, very satisfying to see them scratched off of your list as well. You can also see the ones from today, for example. Today, nothing is scheduled. Let's say you have a second goal you want to work on, learn Spanish, for example. So here you want to learn conversational Spanish, be able to hold a 10-minute conversation by the end of the year, etc., etc. So I'm not going to walk you again through all these steps. And your tasks are learning 50 new words per week. And let's say you also assign a date and a time when you want to complete these. So let's say this one you want to do at 8:30. It will show up immediately also in your tasks here as well. So from all the projects you work on across all the pages, you will find all the tasks connected to it at one glance. What's also nice is that you have a calendar in here. So you'll have a calendar view of all your tasks, which is super nice as well. You can check the tasks off in here too. And what's pretty cool is there's also an xTiles app that you can make use of on the go. And then you also want to create a page for quarterly reflections. For example, each quarter you sit down and you think about what went well, what didn't. That could be you can't keep up with the word count, so then you can take action and say, well, maybe I will lower it to 30 words per week. Or your workout routine went well. Currently you're lifting 6 kilograms for your lower body and full body trainings and 4 kilograms for upper body. So you will keep this as it is because it's working well so far. So yeah, at any time you can adapt your word counts, because what's important is that you stick with your system after all. As you can see, I have added a picture here as well You can add multiple more pictures. You can create a tile and click on image and add as many images as you want to. But I personally like to have it as simple as possible, as otherwise I get quickly distracted and it stops me from actually executing the tasks. So you can not only add images, but also videos or any kind of audio. You can add a YouTube link. You can add any kind of links that might be relevant. Anything that helps you to keep on track. xTiles mimics the flexibility of a notebook, but gives you all the benefits of digital organization. Because it's not just about setting goals. It's about setting systems that work for you. Systems that are enjoyable, rewarding, and sustainable. So if you're tired of procrastination and feeling stuck, maybe you want to give the Smarties method and xTiles a try. It is completely free and you can get started with the link in my description below. And to double down on the success rate of reaching your goals, make sure to check out the videos up here. If you found this video helpful, it would mean the world to me if you give this video a thumbs up, hit the notification bell as well as the subscribe button, and join the community as it grows. So see you next time. Bye.